Atlanta suffered a big blow today with the loss of young Scooter. About an hour ago on social media, you would see tweets popping up from artists like Playboi Carti and also artists like Rollo showing their condolences to the artist young Scooter. Now, even though the news was tragic, people wanted to know what happened to young Scooter.
Good evening and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. We are following breaking news right now in the city of Atlanta, where just minutes ago, Atlanta police held a news conference about the death of a 39-year-old man, Kenneth Bailey, also known as rapper Young Scooter.
Now, at first, when I got online, the first thing we saw is that Atlanta police unalived young Scooter. I thought the same thing. I went live, talked about it and everything, and I felt like this was an oppression of the black man. That's why you got to do your research and find out exactly what happened. But sometimes when you find out the truth, it be more tragic than you can imagine. The police got a call about a shooting in an Atlanta complex in Zone 3. Police arrived. All they know is that a shooting went on, and there's people inside, and a female was shot. The call said that the person was shot, and then they pulled her inside the spot.
What have you learned?
Well, Jennifer, the main thing we want to set straight here, the lieutenant over homicide with Atlanta police saying they did not, in fact, shoot young Scooter. They say there were no shots fired during this ordeal tonight on William Nye Drive. I believe we have a live look at that scene right now. What Atlanta police say did happen this evening is that they were responding to a call from a home there on William Nye Drive involving a disturbance with weapons. As officers got on scene, they got reports that there was a woman involved in this, possibly shots fired, and that she was taken back into the home. However, at this hour, they cannot find that woman. What they did find in the home were two male suspects. One of those males returned from the home after running away. That second suspect never returned.
Now, apparently, young Scooter was one of these men that ran out this house. Obviously, they in Atlanta. A shot went off in the house. They probably got the shot meters that mark where the shot went off, and they probably trying to get the hell away from where the shots went off. Now, they didn't do it stupid in their mind. Let's not run together. We're going to get caught. Let's separate away from each other. One of the guys who's not smart at all is probably the one who let off the shot. And he actually comes back to the house. I don't know what made him do that, but when he comes back to the house, the police had already had it under surveillance, so they know that there's two guys in the house and one woman. They don't know where the woman is, but they do know that there's two guys, and one guy just walked back up. And they still have no idea of where the other guy is. I think by this point of the story, you already know the other guy is young Scooter. They going through backyards. They looking through backyards. They calling for police. They calling for backup and all this other crazy stuff. And next thing you know, they find a male laid on the floor by a fence.
Led to the 39-year-old having to flee from police. Can you give us a little bit more detail? Because it just seems, what exactly led to him running away?
So, again, there was a 911 call of dispute with shots fired and a female being dragged back into the residence. When officers arrived, a male initially opened the door, closed the door on the officer's face without communicating completely. That's when the officers established a perimeter and the two males fled. Why they fled, obviously, we can't speak for them. So it's still an active investigation.
Was the woman injured at all?
So we were not able to locate a female. We ended up with two males and the decedent.
So you telling me in your life, you could survive the mean streets of Atlanta, because you know Atlanta ain't no joke. You already know what happened with that YSL trial and all of that, right? Shootouts and all type of things. I don't know if he got shot before, but he could survive all of that, but a fence will take you out? Yo, I'm all about going deeper into the story, and this is kind of sounding like a little weird. And the way he's talking is a little weird, and the way he's responding to each question is weird. It's like we're talking about a human, and it's like, yeah, you know, we just found him, and that was it. I don't know. it seemed like they did the press conference quick, and I can honestly understand that, because if they didn't do that press conference quick, Atlanta was ready to take it into a whole racial thing and turn it into this big thing, this big, call Al Sharpton. They would have called everybody. It seems like they're like rushing it out to give us something, but do you believe what they're telling us? And that's something that you're going to have to answer for yourself. Now, as crazy as this story seems, and I know, as I'm telling y'all, I'm just still mind-boggled that this occurred. You do realize that it was this man's birthday today. People were probably, in the motion of making their way to try to come, and this is the news that they got. Now, this is not the first time that, Atlanta's taken a loss in the last couple of months. They also lost Rich Homie Quan, and that literally was recently, and so I know this is a lot for the city of Atlanta. But I got a question for y'all. Do you really think a person can just jump over a fence, break their leg, and just bleed out? Okay, if you're a little confused, so am I. And that's exactly why they asked these type of questions at the press conference.
You said a dispute started in a car, a moving car? The dispute
No, outside of the residence.
Outside of the residence, and then a woman was drugged back into the...
That's what was reported. We have not been able to substantiate any of that, which is also a part of our investigation.
And then when he jumped over the fence with one victim, what wound would, I guess, did he shoot himself?
No, there was no indication of anyone being shot. This appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injury to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
And to clarify, this wasn't any involvement with Atlanta police as far as shooting?
Correct. There's no, in neither one of these cases were officers involved in shooting at all. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
I'm a little on the fence here. Now, I am going to tell you that if you do anything with your femoral artery, you have about 2 to 5 minutes before you bleed out. This is a known thing. This is a fact. Now, if you have 2 to 5 minutes before you actually bleed out, how long did it take them to find him? How long did it take the other guy to come back to the house and think, oh, nobody's here? How long after he got back to the house did you guys, quote unquote, find him by a fence, bleeding out? And he went through surgery. He did end up in surgery and everything, but how much time went by? And that's my problem here. Did y'all help him immediately? Did you wait? It just doesn't seem like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how much time does it take to run and find somebody if you have the place surrounded, out the back of a house, track them down? Even if they fell, you can't track to see, you wouldn't be able to tell that they're like they were on the ground. Like, now this is just my thoughts. This is just my opinion. Y'all might got different thoughts. Y'all might got different opinions. A lot of condolences poured in. I mean, of course they're going to pour it in a situation like this where he knows a lot of people in Atlanta. But there's one person that sent their condolences that kind of made me go, are you really sending condolences or are you clout chasing? Now, I showed him earlier in the video, and that was Rollo. And him and Rollo in the past have had words and had some situations that almost could have turned the blows.
Too, that fans were probably surprised to hear about too.
Nah, them bitches weren't surprised. I swear to God, they ain't surprised. They want to know why the hell Scooter ain't posting my shit. But I'm sweating them to go to Big Meech's concert tonight. I'm sweating it. Tomorrow, I'm going up. All the blogs get ready. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about nothing. No disrespect to Big Meech, but They called me a rat. He ain't post me. He ain't even post me. They called you a rat. And I seen him on your flyer. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. That's a nigga that's in jail saying he ain't not for you. That I'm getting in jail for me. This shit just don't add up. So that thing they picking and choosing who they want to do this shit to. So I say that shit. You know?
In young Scooter fashion, this is exactly how he would respond to the situation. What type of nigga is you to keep saying a nigga name on the internet when you know what's up? It's sad. So, as you know, it wasn't, they wasn't in really good terms. Rollo would also take to social media and, show respects and show his condolences, which I thought was respectable. I think when people pass away, you got to let it go. And, he had to share a few words, and his words are simple. He wanted to get left alone, and, this is what he had to say.
Listen, dog, please stop calling my phone. You see what's going on the same way I see what's going on. And nigga, this shit do not feel good at all. My brother just got killed. And I can't even go slide for him. On top of that, me, his mama, his real family, like this our real core family, like before a rap song, before a dollar came, nigga, we family. I don't want to hear this shit talking about no interviews. I don't want to do no fucking interviews. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to chill. Then I got to go in the fucking club tonight and act like I ain't shit, but I got to smile for these motherfucking cameras. Nigga, this shit ain't no good feeling. I don't want to kick it, bro. Stop calling me, bro.
Well, I mean, everybody mourns different. Who am I to tell people how to mourn? I've lost people. I've reacted in ways that people will probably say it's a little off, but that's Rollo's way of mourning. Overall, I do want to, definitely leave this video with a rest in peace, and I want everybody to drop a rest in peace in the comments. I don't want you to fake act like he's top 10 out of Atlanta, because that would be cap, but I definitely want you to show some love, show some respects in the comments. If you enjoyed yourself to this point, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the top bell, and I will see you on the next one. I'm out of here.